Let's go to residents of Northam, 50 kilometers from Thabazimbi in Limpopo, who are continuing to endure the aftermath of floods without any hope of permanent relocation. We understand that roads, homes and bridges are underwater in that town after days of heavy rain. The floods have also claimed a life and left hundreds of people displaced. Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana went to go and have a look. Zola, good morning. Share with us what you're seeing, what community members are saying, and also the struggle to try and move on or to have a semblance of a normal life when a lot of what they own and what they have has been destroyed.
Well, Iman, we are at an informal settlement that was greatly impacted by the floods. In fact, most of the occupants here have had to abandon their homes. They are at a shelter that we were at earlier on. And if you look at what my colleague is going to show you right behind me, this is the state of their shacks. And they have lost everything from what they told us. And they are currently being kept at a local church as a temporary solution or a measure while the municipality is trying to find a permanent solution to their problem. This is an informal settlement, and according to what we are being told by the mayor, it's a floodline, so people were not supposed to build in this land. But we understand that it's quite prevalent that in many areas or parts of South Africa, informal settlements are now mushrooming and taking over any land that seems to be unoccupied. And this is how the situation looks like. And some of them don't even know what has happened to their belongings, because when they saw the situation get bad, where there was just water all over, all they thought was really running for their lives, and they didn't think about belongings. But let's speak to the executive mayor of Thabazimbi local municipality just to find out if there are any interventions that are currently in place. So thank you very much for your time. Of course, we are seeing the damage that has been done by the floods in your municipality. What interventions are currently in place to ensure that you somehow find a resolution to this problem?
Good morning, Zola. I think the first thing that we did was to relocate the families that were left in destitute due to these heavy rainfalls into a shelter in the URC church in Northam. But the interim measure that we want to do is to maybe if we can erect trenches so that we can redirect the water from this area. It does not give these communities a problem like you have just alluded to. This is an informal settlement being settled in a wetland. So, but we can't leave them in destitute. It's our responsibility as government to provide solutions, and which we intend doing in due course.
And according to the residents, this is not the first time they are flooded, understanding that this is a wetland. If you come up with a solution, do you think that you're not going to find yourself again in this particular area for the same reason, understanding that when it starts raining that these people are the first people to be affected?
Yeah, I think the most problematic issue that we are having as a municipality in this area is our weak stormwater runoff system, which we need to get it right so that we channel the water in the whole area of Northam, because in this ward, majority of the runoff comes into this area. So if we can have measures to control the stormwater runoff so that the water must not always come into this area, find ways to channel the water in other areas to this place, probably in the near future, so that as an interim measure, we are able to release this burden and the worry factor from this community as and when it is raining.
Thank you very much, Mayor, for your time. That's the Mayor for Thabazimbi local municipality, speaking about interventions that are currently in place to ensure that they do not leave their community in a position of, basically neglect, as they are left homeless. As it stands, they don't have their belongings with them. And if you speak to them, Iman, they are saying they are not going to move from that church, that church that is temporarily accommodating them, because they don't want to go back to what you are seeing right behind me. Back to you in studio.